All right, what's up, guys? So I want to talk about Granblue now. So next week, the Granblue big update is happening. We haven't had one in a couple months, so everyone is really looking forward to it. So I just wanted to go over just 5 things that I want to see in the update. These are just my own personal things, right? So don't get too angry if you disagree. So the first one, this is the most important one to me. I've been complaining about this since day one. If you've been following, you probably know what it is. But first, can you hear this song playing right now? Let me turn it up. This is a sick song, right? Now let's turn on the game music. Let's hear the game music. And now listen to the in-game music. Any like adrenaline I had, any kind of energy and motivation to play a fighting game has been completely sucked out of my body because of this lullaby. I'm not trying to be funny. I am not, over exaggerating. I hate this song so much. I played dozens of fighting games, right? I played tons and tons and tons of fighting games. Nothing has ever been like this. This song is so bad, and it's not just on the main menu. The main menu is bad enough, but it's like, all right, maybe if it's the main menu, that'll change when we go in. So, you know what? Let's go. Let's just walk in the lobby right now. So here we are. We are now in the lobby, ready to fight, and again, the lullaby is still playing. And again, I've lost all interest. There's no option, so there's no option to change it anywhere. You can't change it, can't put it on random, and it's horrible. That's it. I got to turn it off again. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's the biggest change I want. That's 100% the biggest change I want. So the next one is a bit of let me just go in train mode and show you. All right. So next up, number 2. This is a system change I would like to see, and again, these are just my own. I don't know if you're going to put this in like a balance update. This might be like a new version. But anyway, it's instant blocking. So this game has instant blocking. You might not know that because it really is worthless. There's almost no point for it to be in the game. So let me just show you real quick. Let's have Charlotta do a little block string. Oops, sorry. Like this. All right. So that did, look at my meter. I got 3% meter up there. Now I'm just going to instant block randomly, right? I did a little bit of instant blocking. I got 6 meter because there's a lot of hits, so you get a little bit more. But the only effect that instant block does in this game is gives you a little bit more meter, and meter is not really that important in this game. All you do is it gives you a super. But the way it works is every single round, 99% of the time, you're going to get access to your super anyway. So instant blocking really has almost zero effect on the game. Now, a cool idea that came up on Japanese Twitter is by Kubo. He's a really good player. He's like, I would like to see in Granblue if they made it so that instant blocking prevented chip. You didn't get chipped if you instant block, and also it prevented your opponent from gaining meter. So let's see, like if Charlotte does a block string, right? She got 21 meter just for a block string, and then there's other characters like Ferry. So Ferry's gonna end her string in the drill. That gives her just a ton of chip, and you can't do anything about that. So if your instant blocking could prevent them from getting meter, also prevent you from getting chip, and then you could even keep gaining meter on your own, that would make it feel, not game changing, not game breaking, but at least worthwhile. Because right now, instant block, you could just completely remove from the game, nothing would change. That's another change I want to see in the game. Number 3, now this is a change you're definitely not going to put in the balance patch, but this is something I would like to see in the future. And the thing is, I've thought about it, I've talked about it, I have no idea how you could implement it, but I hope the devs can come up with it. But it is, I kind of mentioned in the last one, is meter usage. So the game only has, there's no bursts, there's nothing that carries over in between rounds. So basically the only gauge you have in a round is the meter up there, your super meter. And just kind of the way, again, like I said, like 99% of the rounds work is that both players, whether you're doing really well or really bad, you're going to get 100 meter. You're going to get 100 meter, and the end of the round is going to be not a checkmate scenario, but it's kind of like, all right, I have my meter now. Next hit is going to be super, and I'm going to kill you. So you don't really earn that, is how I feel. Like I said, you're either winning or getting beat up. You're going to get that super unlock later. It doesn't really give you much of a choice, an option of what you want to do with the meter. So something I would like to see, maybe, like I said, not in the next patch, but in the future, is another use for meter. And then even if you wanted to change it so that somehow meter carry over in between rounds, I would like that too. Most of the 2D games I play will have some sort of meter management, which is a really, really fun mechanic. And it's not that hard. So Granblue is a game that, you know, they wanted to keep simple for newer players. But it's been out for a while now. You know, it's half a year or so. I feel like all the brand new players probably quit. So you can start adding a little bit more mechanics. But like I said, I don't have a good idea. If you guys watching, if you have an idea on what you could use for meter, like guard cancel, I don't know, like EX moves instead of getting the long cooldown, maybe you could just spend 25 meter, get the EX with regular cooldown, something like that. I don't know, but I would like to see that sometime in the future there. All right, so number 4, if you're looking at the screen right now and you play this game, I think you might know where I'm going, but again, this is my own personal list. Do not leave a thumbs down if you're a Lil Wayne player and your butt hurt. I want this move out. I hate this move so much. I think this is one of the worst moves in any fighting game I've ever played. I'm not joking around. You know, just dodge it, things like that, right? That's not the point I'm making. I'm talking about, I think I mentioned this in the last video a couple months ago. The fact you cannot stop it from happening, right? The amount of time it takes, no matter what. The fact you have to play, like, how strong it is, so that you can't just ignore it. You have to deal with it. You have to play the game online too. You have to do this. It's insane. So again, watching, if you're a casual fan and you know you only watch a tournament and it happens once, and you're like, man, that was super hype. You know, I agree. It's funny to watch. It's hype to watch. But as a player, if you're playing against a lane player and you have to deal with this, you know, like every round, even though a lot of them don't do it every round, but it's still always there. It's always a threat. I hate this move. Now, you know, Lil Wayne is considered a weak character. Give him something better. I feel like a lot of people probably agree, you know? You also heard, you know, week 1, everyone was running Lil Wayne and winning tournaments with this, and it's like, oh, it's not going to work anymore. It's not going to work anymore. We did a lot of the, you know, Japan 10v10, some of the best players in the world. They're still getting blown up by this move. You know, 6-7 months after the game came out, this move was still doing damage to people. Like in tournaments. It's funny, but that shit sucks, man. It's whack, man. I don't know. But again, this is my personal list, so I can say whatever I want. Get rid of damn Yggdrasil. All right, and so the last one, the 5th one. Now, you know, these are very just general things. I don't want to go into specific move breakdowns, but the last thing is actually, I think, a bit different. So the first time they did the patch, I forget what I said, but I think I said I wanted nerfs. You know, I went on a talk how there's 2 trains of thoughts in fighting games when it comes to, like, updates and balance patches. There's, you know, the anime style, which a lot of times just buff everything. That's, like, the old school train of thought. And then the Capcom style, which is kind of, like, nerf everything. So when the game first came out, you know, Gran was going crazy, Lance and Fairy was up there, too, and Cat. They were really, really, really strong. And I was like, we have to nerf these characters. We have to bring them down. They got nerfed, but not really. They barely got touched at all. So now for this patch, I feel like just from playing and watching, I don't want them nerfed anymore. I think I just want to have the lower tier just buffed. You know, Gran is still broken. Don't get it wrong. Gran is still 100% a broken-ass character. You know what? Screw it. Just make the lower tier buff. So who do we want buff? I want Zoe buff. Give her a real DP. Screw it. Give Sora's wall bounce. Give Sora's wall bounce on his punch or something. Lil Wayne, take out Yggdrasil and just give him like a godlike super. Just get rid of that 12-second long super. Get rid of that. Vassarog, I hate this character, man. He always messes me up. I don't know what you want to give him. You Voss players can complain. You Zeta players, I know you're going to be in the chat. She's top tier. Don't read about any buffs for her. I don't know. Narmaya's pretty good too. We got to get Bubs. Yeah, that's the only ones I'll allow. Bubs, Zoe, Sora's, Lil Wayne. I want these boys buffed. I want these boys big body buffs. Like the way Percy got buffed, even though he never won a tournament. But, you know, I want them to get really, really all around level up, because even if you do that, they probably won't be better than Gran anyway. You know? This is what happened with Bubs, right? The last 2 patches, he got nothing. Like terrible, like buffs. It didn't really help him at all. This time, they announced it's going to be big. Just don't nerf the top tier. Just buff up the bottom tier, and let's just make Granblue a crazy game. That's kind of like the general direction I want this game to go in from now on. But yeah, that's it. That's it. So we're going to have the big update comes out next week, along with Belial comes out, but not Cagliostro. Cagliostro is next month, But I'm looking forward to it. And again, the thing I'm most looking forward to is if they can change the damn menu lobby song, put it in jukebox mode, do something like that. This game does have a lot of music, by the way. If you didn't know, if you never played boss mode, or sorry, RPG mode, they have boss themes in the game that aren't playable. They're only playable in the gallery mode. Last week we had Blitz mode that put in another really good song. What'd you guys say? It was the Astro song or something? But they had a really good song in Blitz mode, which is gone now. Like, bring it back. Just get rid of the damn lullaby. I'm begging. But anyway, let me know what you guys want to think. And if you have any good ideas on how to, get me. I want meter usage involved. If you have any good ideas, share them in the comments. I'll read them, and maybe I'll steal them for another video. Anyway, peace.